this is regarding nutritional needs. The question is that they have type O blood. How can she, as a type O blood type, successfully meet her nutritional needs while eating to prevent or fight cancer? Seeing a lot of diets is not permitting fish or meats, yet for the type O, and then there's beans, legumes, grains are also discouraged. Therefore, while eating to fight or prevent cancer, can one eat fish or meat? If not, how do I meet my protein needs?
Yeah. So the blood type that you're referring to right now, O, stands for old. That ancestral set was genetically most accustomed to eating animals. And so what that diet looks like is their source of protein is sourced from animals. Now, fast forward like thousands of years, we are still living on a very similar gene code, but the way that we eat now and the way that we think about eating does not resemble our ancestors. So we think that we have to eat these like big plates of protein and tons of it. And it's simply not true. And actually, animal protein in excess is very, very harmful, especially in someone who is cancering, because it is very growth hormone stimulating. And that is exactly what you don't want to do. Now, I do have guidelines that I share with people, and I think it would behoove us to just cover them right now. The vast majority of where we get our nutrients are from plants. And that should be the vast majority of everyone's diet. Non-starchy vegetables should be the vast majority of everyone's diet. I believe there is no room for grains in anyone's diet, especially someone who's cancering, and I'll tell you why. Grains are the seeds of grasses. We are not ruminators. Grasses are consumed by ruminators. Ruminators like cows, horses, they have a completely different digestive system than we do. They have a very long and very redundant digestive system because it takes a lot to get the nutrient out of grasses. Now, they can do it and they're accustomed to doing it, and that's fine. Humans are not built like ruminators. Our GI tracts are a fraction of the size. And so when we eat grains, which are the seeds of grasses, every single one of us will have some degree of inflammation. Some will have a little, some will have a lot, but all of us will have some degree of inflammation. So that's the first part. And we need to know that we have no nutritional need for grains, none. If we never ate another grain again, we would suffer no nutritional deficit, none. The other issue that I have with grains is that by and large, and certainly in the area of breast cancer or colon cancer or of uterine cancer, we're talking about these cancers are metabolic diseases. They are metabolic diseases. And the bottom line is that 88% of Americans are not metabolically healthy. 88%. And believe you me, if we looked at the cancer population, that would be near 100% are not metabolically healthy because cancer is a metabolic disease. So in these people that don't have metabolic health, we want to be extra vigilant about glucose levels, about insulin levels, because insulin drives insulin-like growth factor, which drives growth hormone, which drives storage and tumor growth. And so any diet that we want people to adopt should be a low glycemic diet. And grains are not low glycemic. Even if they're whole grains, they are not low glycemic. And I don't think that they have any place in a diet of someone who is cancering. Present, past, it doesn't matter. There's no benefit. There's no nutritional benefit. And so there really can only be a deficit and a downside. And I don't think that that's necessary. So listen, every once in a while, if you want to have a bowl of pasta, okay, right? We don't have to be perfect. We just have to be better. But grain should not be a regular part of anyone's diet. We should not be starting off our day with a bowl of oatmeal. We should not be having brown rice at every meal. We just shouldn't. It's just not good for us. And so getting back to that O blood type, if you are eating a diet that is 75% non-starchy vegetables, which is where you're getting all of your nutrients, and then you want to pick your protein, okay, pick your protein. But I know plenty of people who are O blood types who use plant-based proteins. They are meeting their protein needs. And remember that protein needs do increase a little bit with age. So, a 40-year-old has different protein needs than a 60-year-old. And we do need to add in a little more protein as we age because we become less and less efficient at extracting that protein. However, there is a fine line. You do not want too much protein because too much protein is, first of all, converted to glucose, because once you use up what you need, it is just converted to glucose. And if you are consuming animal protein, when we consume excess amounts of animal protein, we are driving insulin. This is not what we want to do. We need to be uber aware of our metabolic health and make sure that we are eating in a way, moving in a way, and sleeping in a way, because those three components are extremely important. Eating in a way, moving in a way, sleeping in a way that does not drive insulin. Metabolic health is very, very important.